What is up, guys? How are we doing? Today we are looking at things we should and should not do as streamers. Okay, me personally, I stream on Twitch. There are other platforms you can stream on, but I do stream on Twitch. Some of these things I have done myself and I have experience, and yeah, so I've got some background on what we should and should not do as a streamer. So hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you're new to streaming, or if you want to start streaming and looking at things you should and should not do, this is the video for you. So I hope you guys do enjoy. Number one of things we should not do as a streamer, whether you're starting or if you've been in it for a while, is looking at the viewer count. It is a very simple one. You don't need to do anything, you don't have to go spend any money on this. It is a simple, do not look at your viewer count, especially when you first start or you've been doing it for a few months. Unless you've somehow just expanded your community by a lot, looking at your viewer count can be extremely demotivating, and it will also ruin your mood. I've done it a few times, especially when I was first started streaming. I'd look at the viewer count. If it went up one, my mood would be extremely happy and stuff, and then as soon as someone left, I'll be all down and stuff, and it's just not what we want to do. It not only because it ruins your mood personally, but then if your stream notice that you're in a bad mood because someone's left, that's not going to want them to stay. So just turn the viewer count off, and no matter how many people are in there, you're there to have a good time. Number two, don't fully focus on Twitch. Okay, I know that's a bit of a broad thing to say, but don't fully focus on Twitch. Twitch as a platform to be discovered on is it's not the best, okay? I've worded that extremely wrong, but it is not the best when it comes to being discovered. Okay, so try to go on different platforms, make content on those platforms, and yeah, just don't fully focus on Twitch. Like, last thing you want to do is spend 17 hours streaming on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, and then only having 2 people in when you could have been making other content that would have helped you grow on something else. So just try to focus on Twitch if you like to stream, but also try and make content as well outside of Twitch. Okay, number 3. Do not buy loads of expensive equipment, okay? Especially when you first start, you do not need all the expensive equipment. I've made the mistake of just seeing something new and I'm like, oh, I need that, buying it. I've got a few monitors that I've probably spent way too much money on, but that was more for me. Do not go out and buy super expensive mics. Do not go and buy... Just don't buy loads of expensive stuff, especially even cameras. At the moment, I'm using my phone. I am using my phone to record this. Do not go and buy a £2,000 camera if the only reason you're using it is for YouTube or streaming or something. Okay, we do not need to spend all that money on that. Okay, not needed. If people come to your streams, they will stay because of your personality and because they find you entertaining, not because of the equipment you have. So there is no need to buy a super expensive mic or super expensive equipment. If an expensive mic is what you're looking for because, I don't know, you think if you sound better then people will stay, there's a chance that that could be true. However, there are things you could do on your PC if you are streaming on PC that will allow you to make your mic slightly better than what it comes with just by changing a few things on the audio. Okay, so you don't need I've got a Blue Snowball at the moment. It cost me 50 quid or something. You don't need to spend 300 quid on a mic when you first start as a streamer. So do not spend all your money on equipment. The last one of not to do's is do not do follow for follow. Okay, that might be a bit controversial because people might be like, oh, if I do follow for follow, then I can build my community, get some connections. Okay, follow for follow, I used to do it, well, I didn't used to do it, I would agree to do it with people when I first started streaming. It does not work and it doesn't matter. Okay, a follow, yes, it looks nice seeing your numbers of how many people follow you go up, but at some point, maybe like a week down the line, they're just going to unfollow you and it's just not going to mean anything. It's just so they can get an extra follow. That is why they do it. Okay, you're not going to be going into their streams, they're not going to be going into your streams, so overall it doesn't matter, and it's not that beneficial for you to do follow for follow, so do not do follow for follows. What matters is the people that come into your stream, stay in your stream, and you could entertain, and they keep being engaging in your streams. That is what's going to make a good stream, not if you do follow for follows and how many followers you get. So do not do follow for follow. That is one of my personal recommendations. Do not do that. Some people might say, oh yeah, it's a good way to make connections. I would personally say, do not do follow for follow. You should do as a streamer is raid people that are the same kind of size as you on Twitch if you do stream on Twitch. And what I mean by that is there's no point if you're on 3 views raiding someone that is on 1,000. Okay, I keep looking at myself, so I should be looking there. There's no point raiding someone that is on 1,000 views if you're only on 3. The chances of people from that stream coming over to follow you is extremely small. I have raided a few bigger people in my time. Just making sure no one's going to walk in my room. I have raided a few bigger people in my time, and no one comes over to follow, so it's not that beneficial. And also, growing a community, raiding someone bigger isn't going to grow that community and grow those connections, because they're just going to see it as another raid. They'll be like, thank you for the raid, move on. Okay, but if you raid someone that's your same size or similar size to you, they'll be like, oh, thank you for the raid. If anyone wants to go over to that channel and follow them, they can. And then if you guys, if you come in, they might check you out because you're similar size. They might check, or you've obviously just checked them out, and you guys can start talking, start playing together, and building those connections in the community that will keep pushing you forward, you know. And then now you've got people in your circle that are wanting to do the same thing as you, and it just becomes a lot easier on Twitch if you have those people. Okay, that was a bit of a long-winded one. I do apologise. Hopefully it made sense. If it didn't, leave a comment and I'll answer a question in that. Make TikToks and YouTube videos. This I guess this goes on with the not to just fully focus on Twitch, but do make TikToks and YouTube videos. It could be anything. If gaming is what you're into, obviously if you're streaming on Twitch, gaming is probably what you're into. But if mainly gaming and that's mainly what you want to do, you could easily clip things from your stream or record while streaming and get footage from your stream and post it on TikTok, and do that kind of format. Or you could do real life videos on YouTube, real life videos on TikTok. Just anything you want to do, but post on TikTok and YouTube. TikTok is definitely easier to put your content out there. You don't need like a massive amount of following to get a good amount of views. So just definitely go do TikTok. It is definitely less time consuming than YouTube in the sense of you don't have to sit down, edit, record for an entire day depending on what your video is, and then post it. It is easier to do TikTok if you just want to do TikTok, but also do YouTube because it is more long content. Do it as a hobby. Okay, so a lot of people, they go into streaming because they see how much money other people make, and they're like, oh yeah, I'll stream for a few years, make loads of money. Well, it's not going to happen unless you get raided by someone and then you just blow up, or a video goes viral on TikTok and then you blow up from that. The chances of you making a lot of money when you first start off on streaming is pretty much zero. It's pretty much zero. The likelihood of it happening is very small. And do it as a hobby. Last thing you want to do is say, oh, I'm gonna do this for the money. You're just gonna get burnt out, especially if you're not getting the views that you want or you're not getting the money that you want from Twitch. You're just gonna stop, and it's not what you want. So if you're going to stream, do it as a hobby, and that way there's no pressure. You don't have to be like, oh, I need a stream because otherwise this and that. Do it as a hobby and just enjoy it as much as you can. And the last one is actually just enjoy it. Streaming is a very good thing to meet people. I've met some of my good mates from Twitch and from me streaming. They've just came into my stream. We've started talking, and next thing I know, I'm playing with them, and I've now been mates with my best mate for like 3 years, and he came to my stream one day, and we've never looked back. So just enjoy it. You can build a great community from it. You can meet nice people. Overall, it's just a good experience. It's about walking my room now, so I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.